Tonight on Cronkite News, why election officials across the state are worried about their ability to get ballots to every voter for upcoming elections.
Plus, Republican lawmakers are pushing for a bill that will change how the state defines a person's gender.
And the Super Bowl is just days away. We head to Vegas to see the media spectacle already underway.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Jacob Jones.
And I'm Marnie Jordan. Thank you for joining us. Republican lawmakers at the state capitol are again introducing bills that would impact transgender individuals.
Jonah Carell was at the Capitol today where they held a press conference to talk about a bill that would define a person's sex for state law purposes.
Today, GOP lawmakers presented the Arizona Women's Bill of Rights. They say the bill brings clarity to state laws around sex discrimination and preserves single-sex spaces. Those opposing the bill say it will limit the transgender community who identify as female from participating in certain activities. A number of lawmakers and supporters joined Senate Majority Whip Sina Kerr as she rallied for SB 1628.
The Arizona Women's Bill of Rights helps protect women and girls from unwanted intrusions by males into intimate spaces. This is reasonable and appropriate. It seems as if every day we're hearing more examples of girls and women physically injured, relegated to the bench, and bumped off the winner's podium by males competing as females.
Joining Kerr was former University of Pennsylvania swimmer Paula Scanlon, who shared her experience of competing with Leah Thomas, a transgendered athlete.
One may ask, why do I speak so passionately about issues that seem hypothetical or that some may perceive as impacting only a small number of women? This is not hypothetical. This is real. I know women who have lost roster spots and spots on the podium. I know of women with sexual trauma who are adversely impacted by having biological males in their locker room without their consent.
The Human Rights Campaign said in an email they are opposed to this bill, saying among other things that it's a systematic effort to dismantle personal freedoms, roll back progress, and harass and intimidate communities into submission. Governor Katie Hobbs did not respond directly to this new bill, but her office sent us a statement saying the governor has made clear her stance on legislation that harms transgendered youth. She has used her veto pen for every bill she deems harmful to this community. From the newsroom, Jonah Carell, Cronkite News.
Election officials across the state are worried about their ability to get ballots to every voter for upcoming elections.
The problem comes from a new law enacted by the legislature, so the legislature has to fix it. Reporter Sydney Whitty breaks down the bills and the issue at hand.
Now that a Thursday deadline looms, House and Senate lawmakers from both sides met to try and hash out an agreement on an updated election calendar. In 2022, the legislature passed a recount law that raised the margin of victory that triggers a recount in elections from 0.1% to 0.5%. This new threshold means likely more recounts, which could also take longer to process. So long that overseas voters like military personnel may not get their ballots in time for the general election. The increase in recounts could also conflict with federal law and the December 11th deadline for the state to certify election results. Election officials from across the state have asked lawmakers to fix the problem.
The issue is not the recount. The issue is we need to condense the calendar to give us enough time to do the recounts. We think recounts are a valuable tool. They're a system of checks and balances, transparency. We are not trying to undo. We are just trying to condense our existing calendar to get 19 days post-primary and 17 days post-general.
The Democrats and the Republicans have both put forth plans to make changes. The Republican proposal would keep the new recount threshold of 0.5% in place, move up the primary election from August 6th to July 30th to give more time for recounts in addition to other calendar changes, modify the curing process from 5 business days to 5 calendar days. This is the time period voters have to verify their signatures and ballots. The Democrats' proposal would move the recount threshold back to 0.1%, keep the August primary election date the same. Democrats are against moving the curing days to the weekend for some voters.
These bills implement barriers to voters that are unacceptable and prioritize political interests over the rights of Arizonans. Ballot curing is essential to rectify minor issues, and reducing the cure period risks disenfranchising voters, particularly those in low-income, rural, and tribal communities.
One of the biggest issues Democrats have with the Republican bill is the extra legislative rules that are part of the bill that don't have to do with the calendar. They include efforts to increase signature verification on ballots, among other things. Election officials have given lawmakers and the governor until February 9th for a fix to the problem. Otherwise, they say they will miss 2 federally mandated deadlines. In the studio, Sydney Whitty, Cronkite News.
A federal appeals court ruled today that Donald Trump is not immune from prosecution. The court says that Trump can be prosecuted for his actions during the run-up to the January 6, 2021 Capitol riot. The ex-president claims the decision is, quote, nation-destroying. He has until Monday to file an emergency stay request.
Meanwhile, President Joe Biden is urging Congress to pass a Senate bill that would beef up security along the border with Mexico. It'd also provide aid for Ukraine, but Senate Republicans have signaled opposition to it. And earlier today, Biden talked about who he thinks is to blame if the bill fails to pass.
Every day between now and November, the American people are going to know that the only reason the border is not secure is Donald Trump and his MAGA Republican friends.
Coming up next, farmers across the nation are getting older, but who is going to take over? We'll take a look at a program in Ajo that's developing young farmers.
Plus, a big winter storm has moved into Arizona. Find out just how bad it will get when we return.
As journalists at Cronkite News, we report on stories that matter to you by focusing on the local impact. We dig deeper and work tirelessly to keep you informed.
Live in Wickerburg.
Live in Los Angeles.
In Cleveland, in Washington, in Louisville,
From Jerusalem.
Live in Philadelphia. From around the world to right here in Phoenix.
At Cronkite News, we report the facts and stick to the truth.
ASU's one and only student-run radio station, Blaze Radio, provides students with opportunities to cover a variety of topics. From music,
this is Sun City Garage,
to sports coverage,
against the Brewers in his last outing, he went
to news.
The bill also gives parents the ability to sue.
And entertainment updates. Blaze Radio offers a fun environment to gain valuable broadcast experience. To find out more, visit blazeradioonline.com.
Welcome back. Several sections of the famous Pacific Coast Highway in California had to be closed after a massive winter storm.
That's right, Marnie. The storm brought lots of rain, closing 2 sections of the PCH. One of those sections near Big Sur could be closed for several weeks. And further south in LA, a mudslide actually pushed a home off its foundation. It seems the hill above the home just gave way after so much rain over the last few days. The National Weather Service says some parts of LA could see up to nearly 10 inches of rain when the storm is finally over.
And as you may have guessed, that winter storm is moving into Arizona now.
Rishi Oza joins us from the Cronkite Weather Center to fill us in on how we can expect here in the valley.
Yeah, we can expect to see a lot more rain over the next couple of days, unfortunately, and it's going to start today as we take a look at our evening planner here. At around 8, 9, 10 p.m., we're going to start to see that rain start to come in for today and for tomorrow morning. Taking a look at the futurecast for tomorrow, that 6:30 commute's going to be a rainy one, so make sure to be safe there out there on the roads. Same thing with Flagstaff, it's going to be snowy, so make sure to stay safe on the roads. Make sure to look out for that ice there. But same thing with Thursday. It's going to be rainy. Tucson's going to be mostly out of it at this point, but here in the valley, we're still going to get hit with that rain. Flagstaff's still going to get hit with that snow. So if you're going out there for the WM Phoenix Open this weekend, make sure to stay dry, bring an umbrella, bring a raincoat. But if you're a fan of the slopes like I am, and if you're a fan of going skiing, make sure to go out there this weekend. It's going to be great, but also make sure to take a look at those road conditions because it could be pretty slippery and pretty icy out there. Taking a look at the low temperatures, Flagstaff, the low temperature for the state at 24 degrees tomorrow. Phoenix at 49, Tucson just at 40 degrees. So it's going to be pretty chilly out there in the early hours of the morning, so make sure to bundle up. But as we look at the high temperatures, Yuma at 66 degrees is the high point for tomorrow. Phoenix is going to be sitting at around 60 degrees. Tucson warms up a lot at 55 degrees. And Flagstaff is the low point once again at 31 degrees. Going into the 8-day forecast, Wednesday, Thursday, going to see a lot of rain. Friday, the chance for some rain in the afternoon, but it's going to be mostly dry then. 61 degrees on Wednesday, 60 degrees on Friday, well below that average that we're used to. But as we go out of Super Bowl Sunday into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, we're going to start to see those 70-degree temperatures, that sunshine, all the good things that make Arizona winters so bearable. For the Cronkite Weather Center, I'm Rishi Oza.
In Arizona, indigenous farmers make up 59% of producers, according to the 2017 Census of Agriculture. That's more than any other state.
Cronkite News reporter Maria Stubbs visited a farm in Ajo to learn about a program that sets up the next generation up for success.
This isn't just any garden.
It's like grandma's recipe.
Farming the land in the Tohono O'odham Nation is part of their history.
You don't want grandma's recipe to die out and go away. You got to pass it on and pass it on and pass it on.
But passing it on has gotten harder.
Arizona did things backwards. We became a state. We created a job force, but we didn't include farming. And probably the wrong assumption was that farming was going to stay within the family.
A lot of the elders, they're not showing the grandkids, or kids don't take interest in what we're doing.
The average age of American farmers is 57 years old. It's 2 years older in Arizona, according to the 2017 Census of Agriculture.
We want to get the next generation to take over the old generations of farmlands and be able to grow food.
That's what led to the Ajo Center for Sustainable Agriculture's Farmer Apprenticeship Program.
It's more or less better understanding on how I could be more climate smart for modern garden and for farming.
Apprentices learn regenerative agriculture and climate-smart farming, which means they move away from technology and embrace practices like rainwater harvesting in order to maintain and restore their soil.
The soils are the key factor in order to having a good, nutritious crop. And if you overtax those soils, you lose all the nutrients and all the natural things that are in the soils that would be healthy for us as a people.
The program provides beginning farmers with skills to grow, market, and sell produce. After just a couple months, 18-year-old Isaiah Nez is already gaining more appreciation for agriculture.
After learning a bit more about each plant, why we do the certain things we do, I just man, it's crazy that we can, grow our own food, live off of this,
And others, like Jesse Garcia, have gone on to start their own farms.
Working with Ajo kind of gives you the whole insight of how to run a business, how to apply for grants, how, to, get partners, how to use those partners, how to organize events, markets, sales, anything that can kind of, help your business grow.
He hopes his business grows from seed to success with plans to sprout another farm in the next year or two. In Phoenix, Maria Stubbs, Cronkite News.
I'm Paul Schultz. And I'm Jack Pearson with a preview of your Cronkite Sports Report. After the break, the biggest game on grass is finally here in town, but so is Mother Nature.
Find out how the WM Phoenix Open is tracking the rain and what steps are in place to protect fans and golfers.
ASU's one and only student-run radio station, Blaze Radio, provides students with opportunities to cover a variety of topics. From music,
this is Sun City Garage,
to sports coverage,
against the Brewers in his last outing, he went
to news.
The bill also gives parents the ability to sue.
And entertainment updates. Blaze Radio offers a fun environment to gain valuable broadcast experience. To find out more, visit blazeradioonline.com.
The
Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication's Phoenix Sports Bureau provides students with hands-on learning experiences and opportunities in sports journalism. From covering local high schools, colleges, and the pros, students get the opportunity to go live from our Facebook shows covering local, collegiate, and pro sports in the Valley. From digital reporting, broadcast, social media, and producing, there's opportunities for all. For more, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
This is CN to Go. I'm Emily Olson with your Wednesday news briefing.
Do you want to create innovative content for Cronkite News? Do you enjoy listening to podcasts? Then CN to Go is for you. Cronkite News to Go is a podcast where students cover the latest headlines. Students become audio producers and hosts and will learn how to write, record, and edit stories. You can listen to the latest episodes on these platforms.
Did you know newsrooms today are looking for bilingual journalists? Cronkite Noticias prepares you to cover diverse communities. In Cronkite Noticias, you will obtain an unforgettable experience.
Nopales como este van a tumbar.
Cronkite Noticias.
And develop your skills with the latest technology.
Welcome to the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Paul Schultz.
And I'm Jack Pearson. Two major sporting events taking place this week, the Super Bowl and golf. We start with the one happening here, the WM Phoenix Open at TPC Scottsdale, Paul.
Rain, Jack, still threatening to put a damper on the festivities out there, but the show must go on. Ethan Tuttle joins us from TPC Scottsdale with more on what fans can expect.
The WM Phoenix Open looms closer and closer by the second. As you can see above me, so does the weather. Of course, rain and lightning can spell disaster for golfers and fans alike. And with tournament play approaching soon, concerns still loom. Luckily, the PGA Tour has a meteorology team set in place to handle the ongoing questions regarding the weather. Using state-of-the-art weather tracking technology, the Tour is able to warn both golfers and spectators before inclement weather hits. As bad as weather is ahead of tournament play, it may shift soon.
I wouldn't say it's doom and gloom by any means. Our best chance of rain, or highest chance of rain, would be tonight, where we could see about a quarter to half an inch of rain here at the golf course. Will be continuous shower threats Wednesday afternoon into Thursday, but I think as we get later in the week into the weekend, we start to dry out, but also cool down. So a frost threat could develop by Saturday into Sunday.
With so many conditions in play this weekend out at the People's Open, it might not be a bad idea to pack for the weather, whether it be rain or frost. For now, though, out at TPC Scottsdale, I'm Ethan Tuttle, Cronkite News.
The Celebrity Pro-Am is up first tomorrow, and then the pros tee off for the tournament starting on Thursday.
Yeah, Jack, sounds like they're going to play whether it be rain or shine. Back in October, DraftKings opened up a sportsbook location at TPC Scottsdale, becoming the first partnership between DraftKings and the PGA Tour. This year, the betting odds are in Scottie Scheffler's corner. According to DraftKings, the two-time defending champ is plus 450 as the outright winner of the tournament and minus 150 at cracking the top 10. Jack, when you talk about betting, the bets being placed at the Super Bowl in Las Vegas right now, hard to imagine how many of those are in the Kansas City Chiefs trying to win back-to-back Super Bowls.
Yeah, that's right, Paul. And they're not favored, however. Betting odds go to the 49ers to take home the Lombardi Trophy. One thing that is for sure, though, Paul, the craziness of Super Bowl opening night. Our Lauren Avenatti was in Las Vegas for the media spectacle.
Super Bowl week has officially begun with opening night at Allegiant Stadium right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. In true Vegas fashion, it was an absolute party. The night was filled with performances, extravagant outfits, but most importantly, a whole lot of football.
Thousands of fans turned out to see their favorite players and coaches on both the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs before the big game on Sunday. From a Blue Man Group show to an appearance from Usher, there was something for everyone to enjoy tonight in honor of the first ever Super Bowl played in the Sin City.
First Super Bowl ever in Vegas, I feel good. I think more so the cities feel good, just having a Super Bowl, obviously with everything that comes with it, everything that's, that Vegas stands for.
Yeah, I think it's great for Las Vegas. Las Vegas is growing, and it's been around a long time, but it's growing rapidly.
Unlike the venue, this matchup is something that we've seen before. Just 4 years ago, we saw these two teams battle it out in Miami for Super Bowl 54, with Kansas City bringing the Lombardi Trophy home. But the 49ers didn't have the weapon that they do now, and that's quarterback Brock Purdy.
The fan base that we have, the history that the San Francisco 49ers have, for me, I want to be a part of it. I want to be a part of it forever. We've gotten back to the NFC Championship, and we came through. And so now it's like, all right, we got one more to go for the faithful, and for everyone in my life that has helped me get to where I'm at. And so even though it was overlooked 2 years ago in the draft, now you get an opportunity to go win a Super Bowl for the faithful. It doesn't get any better than that.
The Chiefs and 49ers will face off in Super Bowl 58 right here at Allegiant Stadium on Sunday. In Las Vegas, for Cronkite News, this is Lauren Avanetti.
Great stuff, Lauren. Of course, Brock Purdy is the local product out of Gilbert.
Yeah, Jack, he took the time to thank his friends and family here in Arizona, and Chiefs head coach Andy Reid gave Purdy lots of respect.
State of Arizona and everyone that's been a part of my life, and obviously I'm trying to represent them as best as I can for as long as my career goes.
He's a tough one to stop. He's top notch, and he's playing so well right now, and so we've got our hands full stopping him, but I think our guys look forward to that challenge. It's not an easy one.
The Suns host the Milwaukee Bucks at Footprint Center tonight. It's the first time Grayson Allen will be facing his former team since being traded to Phoenix last fall.
And Paul, we'll see if the Suns make any moves with the trade deadline coming up on Thursday. For now, though, Devin Booker seems to think the team is clicking on all cylinders.
With all the firepower we have, we force teams to throw different defenses and switch things up. So, and on the defense end, same things. Once it gets to the playoffs, I think versatility and be able to switch rotations and switch schemes on the fly is important. So, the quicker coach can throw some in and we all be on the same page, the better.
The Phoenix Mercury made a huge trade this morning, acquiring Kalia Copper from the Chicago Sky. They gave up Brianna Turner and Michaela Onyenwere 4 draft picks and a 3rd overall pick in 2024. If Copper's name sounds familiar, that's because she was part of that Chicago team that beat Phoenix for the championship. Arizona is back in the AP Top 10 after defending the McHale Center against Cal and Stanford last weekend. Paul, you were out there. Tell us how that Arizona team looked.
Yeah, down in Tucson, amazing atmosphere there, and they had a bit of a comeback to mount in that one. But the Wildcats move up 3 spots after the win to sit at number 8 in the rankings. After trailing in the first half against Stanford, Arizona's defense stepped up in the second half to quiet the Cardinal, forcing 11 second-half turnovers. Head coach Tommy Lloyd noted the balanced team effort that contributed to the thrilling comeback, and the Wildcats improved to 17-5 on the season. The Wildcats' next 2 games are on the road against Utah and Colorado.
That's going to do it for this edition of the Cronkite Sports Report. Let's send it back over to Jacob.
A trend that has social media buzzing, making one bakery ablaze with excitement. We'll take a look at the Super Bowl twist that put a trend, making it extra special for Chiefs fans.
ASU's one and only student-run radio station, Blaze Radio, provides students with opportunities to cover a variety of topics. From music,
this is Sun City Garage,
to sports coverage,
against the Brewers in his last outing, he went
to news.
The bill also gives parents the ability to see,
and entertainment updates. Blaze Radio offers a fun environment to gain valuable broadcast experience. To find out more, visit blazeradioonline.com.
The Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication's Phoenix Sports Bureau provides students with hands-on learning experiences and opportunities in sports journalism. From covering local high schools, colleges, and the pros, students get the opportunity to go live from our Facebook shows covering local, collegiate, and pro sports in the Valley. From digital reporting, broadcast, social media, and producing, there's opportunities for all. For more, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
This is CN to Go. I'm Emily Olson with your Wednesday news briefing.
Do you want to create innovative content for Cronkite News? Do you enjoy listening to podcasts? then CN To Go is for you. Cronkite News To Go is a podcast where students cover the latest headlines. Students become audio producers and hosts and will learn how to write, record, and edit stories. You can listen to the latest episodes on these platforms.
Did you know newsrooms today are looking for bilingual journalists? Cronkite Noticias prepares you to cover diverse communities. In Cronkite Noticias, you will obtain an unforgettable experience
Nopales como este van a tumbar.
Cronkite Noticias.
and develop your skills with the latest technology.
Some like their cake with frosting or maybe figurines. Others like their cake on fire. A Pennsylvania bakery is jumping on the latest craze with burn-away cakes.
But the owner is putting a Super Bowl spin on it with different Kansas City Chiefs themes. It looks like a regular cake, but it has 2 layers of sugar paper on top of it. One of the layers burns faster and cleaner, exposing an image underneath. This one reveals Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Another cake features a shirtless Jason Kelce that went viral on social media. The bakery is taking Super Bowl orders through Wednesday.
That's it for Cronkite News. Thanks for joining us.